Hi, friends and relatives. Welcome back to another episode of The Glorious Mess. There's just two left, and there's just two people here in this entire season, which has been phenomenal. And what?
There's two signs.
And there's two signs. One is stop, and one is go. And that's my check-in question for today. 2026. What's one stop, and what's one go?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know. I just made it up.
Okay, I have to say this. I should stop smoking.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's probably...
Okay. Yeah, stop.
Okay, go. I think I should go back to school for my PhD.
100%.
I mean, I want to, but I need to commit more to that.
Yeah. In the States, maybe. TBD.
It's looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
We'll see about it in a year's time.
I've heard of two people you could do PhD like McGill and then back and forth, by the way.
That's kind of where I'm going, is either like a master's, because I could get a master's in public health at McGill that I could transfer into a PhD. So I'm kind of thinking do that, even though I've been to McGill a lot. I kind of want to do something different, but but it's just too dangerous.
But also in Quebec, anyone listening, if you go to school in Quebec, as a resident, it's a third of the cost.
Well, exactly. That's the other thing.
You can't. It's amazing to go to school in Quebec.
Yeah.
And because we have these English-speaking universities in Montreal, it's phenomenal. And to be clear, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees from Quebec if I go with because if you think about it. So go girl. In the end, because but I'm like I just feel grounded. So but for me, stop for me is I did actually stop vaping. I don't know if I stopped vaping. I think I'm like day 50.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So nicotine vapes are gone. But so I will stop though for this year is stop not being conscious of my body. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Maybe I said it in a weird way, but basically what I mean is making time to be physically active and being conscious of what I'm putting into my body.
Okay. Because
I think I was really just grabbing whatever and being very stationary because I think I was exhausted and doing too much. So, and go is boundaries, things, and to be clear, boundaries, things that I will do, not things I will police other people's behavior with. Boundaries around here's what I do, because I love doing multiple projects, but this year, especially finishing up this first year of my MSW, it's this is what I do here and this is what I don't do.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice.
And I think having that has been really helpful, even for me to be okay, this is what I do. And it's also been helpful to other people to be I think at the one job, I spelled out, here's what you call me for, and here's what you call the other person for, and that's it.
That's amazing.
And it helps them too and
Exactly.
orient. So I have a tendency to go into new things and want to do everything.
Right.
And the truth is I still can do everything, but I can be a bit more parts of me get everything rather than all of me in everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
That makes sense. Yeah. So that's my stop and go.
Nice. Also, going back to your boundaries and policing other people.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like you're still allowed to have boundaries with other people. It's more you choose to remove yourself from the...
I think of people in my life who are they're my boundary is you can't talk to me like that.
Right. Okay. But then you need to leave. Then you need to go away.
That's the boundary. The boundary is if you speak to me like that, I'm not going to talk to you.
Right.
Anymore.
Yeah. Exactly.
But some people will use boundaries.
Yeah.
To
it's that.
So that's where I think I was going.
That's a very weird way and toxic way to use them. But I'm diving in here.
You're diving in. Wow.
I'm diving in.
No manners.
Whoops.
You might as well just eye roll.
I know.
You might as well just fucking eye roll.
Not this one.
I'm scared. I never know where we're going to go.
This is the one that I'm the most confused about because it's not that important.
Okay, you go ahead.
Mine's having hair to your butt.
Mine is that time in Las Vegas when I blacked out and woke up in a hospital.
All right. So the good news is this one's not going to take long.
But you say that, but you never know.
That's true.
What does having hair to your butt mean to you?
When I see it, I just think it means you're very religious. And there's
what?
But I don't know why this became important. I was watching something and there was something happening and I was making an inference about what was happening because the woman had hair like past her butt.
Okay.
There's like, but I think it's beyond something religious. It's like, unless, and I'm talking about like a white woman.
Okay.
Right? Like, not somebody who has luscious black locks, whatever. I'm talking about like a white woman, think like Little House on the Prairie vibe, right? Yeah. There's something very like, something that worries me about it. Because it's like, there's like something about trying to remain a child. Like, if young people do it, I'm kind of like, whatever, it's fine, you're a kid. But like, if I see like a 45-year-old woman who has hair past her butt, I'm like, there's like a problem. And
where did you first
probably
take me back to where this first happened? Like, when was the first time you saw it and you were like, something's not?
Well, this goes back to when I was like a kid, because I think there was like a thing there. Do you remember Crystal Gale? She was like a singer. I think that was her kind of thing, her brand. But like,
was she kind of hippie? No, folk. No.
I don't really know, actually. Okay. Yeah, I have to look that up.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it again, I was like, oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
That, and I'm just like, yeah, there's something like, I think I tie it to religion because it feels very like, I'm never going to cut my hair. I'm very pure. I'm a pure girl.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
then you're like,
girl, not like adult.
What do you, you're like underneath that, what does this mean for you?
Yeah, like there's something where like past a certain age, I kind of think like,
what's the reason?
Yeah, and I get a bit worried.
Because I'm thinking like many indigenous communities, you know, hair length is sacred.
Exactly. Well, and same with I think that's I don't know, is it Sikh, like who are like men who wear the turban? That's what I mean. It's not that. It's not that. Yeah. I guess that is also religious. Yeah. But the thing I was thinking of, the image I have, is the white woman with like the hair that's like down to here, and it's like.
What was the reason?
What? Yeah, like it's. I don't know.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
No, there's 100 things.
I think just aesthetically too. I'm just like, I don't know. Like Jagmeet's hair looks good.
Yeah. Jagmeet is so sexy.
He's a really attractive guy.
I'm so sad he's not in politics at all anymore. I don't know what he's doing anymore. I would like to know.
Yeah. Also, like, and I understand like First Nations, you know, that's sort of. But it's also, I don't know. There's like aesthetic thing too about like the Little House on the Prairie version of it. That I just don't vibe with.
Is that, why Little House on the Prairie?
Because that's, I don't know, I have the connection between those dresses and this type of long hair I'm thinking about.
Okay.
Because I don't.
What do you think of Little House on the Prairie?
I liked it when I was young, but like, I don't even remember what it was about. I just watched it because it was on.
Yeah, like I have no clue what Little House on the Prairie is about. I'm assuming it's a house on the prairie.
It's a house on the prairie. And they wear like prairie dresses. Yeah, it's a family. Okay. And they were outside.
What do you think? Like, do you think it's like a, like Little House on the Prairie is like, because I think of who you are now, and then I think of what I think I know about Little House on the Prairie. It's
okay.
Is it like that? It's like, I will not be the type of woman that the media wants me to be. Like, is this the beginning of your feminist awakening?
Not at all. Not at all. Because I mean, I still like having long hair. There might have been a period of time where I wanted hair like that as a kid. I think it was, honestly, I think it was just an observation. Yeah. And like, I went to school with a family who was part of a very, I don't even know what sort of sect of what they were, like religiously, but I know that they weren't allowed to participate in things, and I know they had long hair. I don't even think they were not allowed to cut their hair. I think it just was like, it just came across my life, into my life so many times as a kid, that it just kind of stuck. And there's no good reason for it. Like, it wasn't even like anything to do with feminism for me. It was not like, I will never do that. I think I just saw it again after like a decade of not having thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, that thing.
I don't like that thing.
Or just I don't like it, but also like it's such a, there's like a presence it holds in my memory. And so I had to write it.
That's and I absolutely love that. I think like that's the, you know, when you think of like being in talk therapy for so long, like you can talk your way through anything. I think, and like that's why I don't think talk therapy is like the only thing you should do. You should also balance your healing journey with like somatics and with like just moving and getting out in the world and building relationships with people. Like or your AI chatbot, whatever you want. No, don't do that, please. Some people are doing it. Someone just got married, I think, to their AI chatbot, but that's another episode.
Oh boy.
It's not in the topic, but like I think talk therapy, like there's just these things that are just they are, and you don't have to understand them, you don't have to know them, you just it is that, and it doesn't have to have meaning. It doesn't need to be.
It can just be kind of interesting.
Explored, yeah.
It can just be an observation.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's allowed to be that. So I'm gonna allow that to be your observation.
It's my observation,
and I'm glad that you feel safe enough here to disclose that to the audience. Yeah, now I hope you feel.
And I hope you're not avoiding telling them what's your favorite.
I'm not avoiding. So that time in Las Vegas when I blacked out and woke up in a hospital. Context, still drinking. At this point, I was on the Pride board in Calgary. Good old Calgary. I was like a director of community engagement. We were doing a LGBTQ. There was no 2S plus in this one because it's America. LGBTQ fest tourism something. And so we fly to Vegas. That was the first time I stopped drinking. And so I was like
before you went?
Before I went, yeah. So I hadn't drank for like a year. And then on the flight, we somehow got first class flights, which is crazy for a nonprofit. I think there was just like, we had points or something and we got upgraded. So the person was like, do you want to have some like wine? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll have a glass. Like we're going to Vegas, of course. But because I take clonazepam when I fly, this is before I knew that you couldn't mix the two. You shouldn't mix the two because for anyone listening, like if you take clonazepam or Klonopin or any benzodiazepine, even your SSRIs, you should check in on. It's like for clonazepam specifically, like one glass of wine is like double because it's acting on the same brain receptors that alcohol is. Yeah. So what happened was I'm working on my laptop, getting a bunch of work done, and I'm like, I had messaged like Club Piranha being like, hello, we're from Calgary Pride. Somehow they thought we were with Canada Pride. But they were coming into town. We got like a guest list, VIP booth. But the first class, they kept pouring the wine in. I wasn't even paying attention. And so I land. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
I land and I'm like blackout. And so like my inner like party girl's Rashida. And so like Rashida was in full force. I like got off that airport. I went straight to you're the CC? I go straight to the fucking pub off the port and meet this couple who's like having a fight. And I'm like, let's talk about it. You want a shot? Yeah. And we're like, we have this 30-minute conversation. Like, thank you so much for talking to us.
I love
so,
that
like,
Rashida also wants to like solve problems.
Yeah. Right. But if it were one of my interpersonal relationships, I'm absolutely like, fuck you.
Yeah, of course.
But other people, I'm like, let's help. Yeah, there's a way forward. So we check into our hotel. I remember I have a friend who lives in Vegas who has the cocaine. So obviously, and I'm like, bring the cocaine because it's a crazy view. I remember like one of the people we were with, like my friend like laid out like 3 lines of cocaine or 4 lines of coke for all of us. And then I go change my shirt and then I come back and they're like, and I was like, oh, I'm ready. They did all 4 lines of cocaine. So anyway, we go to Piranha, I think. We have a VIP booth because we're with Canada Pride.
What time is it?
God, it must be like 11.
Evening?
Like it's late evening because we would have flown on a late evening flight. Got in around 8:39.
Okay.
So we're party time. Yeah. They work socially acceptable.
But you missed the cocaine.
No, then we have more.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. Oh yeah. Then I got the cocaine, and then again cocaine mixed with like benzos, like
and alcohol.
And alcohol.
That's a whole.
So we're in, and so then we go to Piranha. We get a VIP booth. I remember talking to a drag queen, and then at some point I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to the washroom. And then I wake up handcuffed to a bed in a hospital like hallway. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like how did I get here?
Handcuffs or like
handcuffed
police
on
handcuffs?
Police
or
handcuffs.
Like not restraints.
Not restraints. No restraints. I would have been more scared. I would have been like psych ward. No. It was a handcuff. And I'm in the hall and it's chaos. And so I'm like, anxiety, like clonazepam's probably withdrawing. I'm probably having coke withdrawal, alcohol withdrawal. I have an IV in my arm, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, how did I get here? What is happening? I'm freaking out. I can't. I have one hand, and so I'm like feeling. I don't have my phone. I don't have my wallet. I'm like, clearly, like something bad happened. How did I get here? And so I'm like, hello, like calling out to anyone, and nobody, like nobody's listening. And so like my panic is starting to like elevate. And so without skipping a beat, like a normal person does, rip my IV out. And I'm wearing like an all white outfit and the blood is just fucking squirt. So clearly the clonazepam was still in there somewhere. I just ripped the
But also, that's like a normal reaction when you wake up and you
like
have no
eye-rolling.
idea what's happening and you're handcuffed and you don't know where you are.
I don't even know what's going in me, really, at
Yeah,
that point. Like, I'm, like,
true.
disoriented. I'm like, what country am I in? Because,
Right.
again, clonazepam, unfortunately, takes your short-term memory out. So when I would have passed out, I don't recall.
Well, all
I
of the
missed these.
blackout. Plus, you're just probably just disoriented for so many reasons.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm in hospitals. I'm super triggered by hospitals.
Yeah.
So they, like, come and they restrain me and hold me down. And then they...
You got their attention.
Got their attention, yeah. And then they handcuff the other hand now. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, can someone tell me why I'm here? Can someone tell me? They're like, we'll deal with you later. And I was like, okay, but okay. So
That's
I'm just...
so rude.
I'm still not comfortable, obviously. And I have my Apple Watch on. And so I'm like, hey, Siri, call 911. And then I hear the, like, speaker. And I'm like, I am being held against my will, captive in, like, a U.S. hospital. I'm at this hospital.
I would do the exact same thing.
And then, like, 10 minutes later, a nurse comes down being like, who are you calling people? I was like, you tell me why I'm in here. Like,
But actually, though.
still never told me why I'm in here.
They actually
Took my watch.
should.
Took my watch. Did not tell me why.
That's psychotic. No, because
This is crazy, right?
Did they want you to calm down, tell you why you're there?
This is what I'm saying. Like, this is... Now I can say, like, as an almost healthcare professional, but somebody who's worked in health for a while, like, ease the patient, especially someone who's
Well, they're
heightened.
confused. And
And you should be helping.
but also, why can't you just answer the question? It would take 2 seconds,
seconds.
instead of all they're doing instead.
Yeah, there's... And
Like,
I'm
they're
like...
talking to you.
they're talking to
Answer
me.
the question.
Answer the question. So then I see that there's a fire extinguisher beside me. So I'm like using my head to try the fucking fire extinguisher. I'm trying everything. And then finally a security guard comes and moves me to be right beside the nurse's desk and I like get escorted there.
Well, and this is the thing too. All of your stuff is working.
All of my stuff is working.
It's
Yeah,
working.
I'm getting their attention.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
then at this point, obviously, as we know, when you're like fight or flight, I'm in fight.
Yeah.
It reaches a capacity and then I cry. And so then I'm like crying and I'm sitting in my hospital bed covered in blood.
But that's
And
legitimately terrifying.
It was different. No, it
And
was terrifying. It was
horrible.
scary. And then I'm crying. And then a new nurse, they do a shift exchange. And a new nurse comes. She's like, are you okay? Like, I'm like, I just want to know why I'm here. Like, can someone just give me some
Right.
basic information? How did I
Right.
get here? I'm really scared. Like, and she was like, oh, like, you passed out. And protocol in Las Vegas is when you pass out, we call EMS. They took you in, they gave you fluids, and they're just running tests to see if anything else is wrong.
Wow. And then how did you feel?
I said, well, why? And I was like, well, why am I like on a nurse? Like, oh, because they took your wallet. They saw that you were Canadian. So because we have to pay for healthcare here, we handcuffed you just so you don't like wake up and run. Because we've had runaways, which I'm like, I'm sure that's against some law.
That's
like,
gotta be.
You
against-
can't restrain.
You can't like restrain someone in advance in case that's actually kind of like kidnapping or something. Like that's,
Yeah,
that's probably illegal.
And so then I finally, I'm like, can I have my phone? She's like, you promised, like they told me you did some crazy shit. I'm like, yeah, wouldn't you do some crazy shit when no one's telling you what's going on? She's like,
Right.
you know what? And I will say, like, this was a black woman. The rest of the people.
But she already started off doing everything amazing too, right? She answered your question.
She was just like, I was like, of course it is always like the most disrespected woman is the black woman, but like the most amazing woman is the black woman, especially just who my foster parents were, except for the whole homophobia thing. But like black women have been the biggest blessing in my life. And so in that moment, she was the one who did the shift exchange and she saw that somewhat and she just spoke to me and I was beautiful. I was able to get out, paid the crazy bill. Thank God I had insurance that
good.
paid it. And then went back to the hotel and that was around like 6, 7 a.m. But I remember at the time I was dating this guy and this is like when I started, we broke up not soon after this, but I remember when I called him, I finally got my phone back and I was like, ugh, like I woke up, I'm not really sure, like piecing it together. And the first question he asked me is not like, are you okay? How are you feeling? It was, oh, you don't remember? Like, do you think you went home with someone? Like, did you cheat?
What?
Did you cheat? I was like, you must be. I was literally like, one, I don't know actually, but
Right.
two, but like, am I okay?
Right.
Like,
Who called the the ambulance? Who found you? What happened?
That's the things we'll never know.
Okay,
Like, that's the thing I to this day couldn't tell you.
So just somebody
I think I
else
went to
there.
the bathroom and it happened in the bathroom, but then I'm like, it wouldn't have made sense because there was other friends there. They would have seen me come out.
Okay.
So the only other thing is I think like I remember looking at my location and I looked like I was just outside of the club. So it is very me to like meet someone and go to like, they're like, oh, come to this club.
Yeah.
And then I think I could have passed out and they could have been like 911
Yeah.
and then left me.
You were just in public and then somebody called.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I think it makes more sense that I was in public and it happened.
But you didn't cheat on your boyfriend?
I honestly, fuck
No,
that guy. I
no.
hope I did. Bless like that man. Oof,
Damn.
that was the first time in my life I remember I was sober and I was so unhappy. I started social work. I just started to like transition, not doing kind of entertainment industry full time. I was more focused on social change and working in group homes and stuff. And yeah, it was I was like, oh, I should be happy. I'm doing all the right things. And so I started taking SSRI for like SSRI antidepressant for like 3 months, and I didn't realize that it was actually I was just working frontline at a job that was really toxic and terrible, and this relationship was really toxic and terrible. But it was so new to me. He was like a veterinarian, and so I think in a lot of ways, whenever he'd be like, "Oh, RJ, that's not appropriate," like I just allowed him. I'm like, "You're the
Right. You're the respectable person.
Yeah.
He would never
And I'm
swear.
yeah." He would never.
Never swear.
He would never
Never.
swear in a work meeting.
Exactly.
And I would be eye rolling. And so it's funny, after that phase, we broke up not too soon after. But and I wish him well. If you're listening to this podcast, I wish you well. I hope that you work through your shit because it's easy to blame yourself. And I think especially when you're not confident in this full version of yourself, you sometimes get a bit doubty. And I was definitely a bit doubty in that relationship's first long-term healthy relation. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things, but
Yeah.
this,
But he never asked if you were okay.
never asked if I was
Yeah.
okay. And when I look back in hindsight on that relationship, like he was really insecure about cheating, and I think the whole time he was actually like cheating. I
There's
know
like
it.
a cliche about that.
Yeah. Because it was, and I was, there were relationships from my drinking days where I did cheat and I got so fucked up and I did cheat, right? So it was
Right.
definitely a fear of mine to do that. But because I wasn't drinking, I didn't think that was the case. So, but I think, yeah, I just remember like, I'm sure he was sleeping. I'll tell you the story quick. It's like, he doesn't think I'm coming back home one day and he's watching my dog. And then he's with his best friend who they used to date, but they decided we're just going to be friends.
Okay.
And then I like end up coming home and I hear like flumbling around in the living room. And then I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm home a bit early. Like, everything cool? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Everything's cool. Like, how are you? Oh my God. And then
What were you doing?
what were you doing? And then
That's weird.
and then they were like really flustered. And then Doug was like, oh, sorry.
Beep that out. We're editing that out.
It's okay. No, we didn't say last names. I know the whole name. But he was like, oh, I should go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. And I was like, okay.
There's like a lot of like suspicious little bits.
And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is weird. And they dated like da-da-da, and their hair was like a mess. The pillows,
they
like
very
everything was
much
everywhere.
Could have been.
Could have been like
Could
making
have
out or
been.
something.
Yeah,
Like I was like, whatever. And again, just tell me you're making out. I'm like, fun. Like, I'm gonna go shower. Like, I really don't give a shit about those things. Like, I'd be like, did you have fun? Like,
But he gave it.
but
shit,
if
I guess.
so then he goes to shower, and I'm a fucking like private investigator. So I'm like, I go take his underwear from the bathroom because I'm like, if there's pre-cum in the underwear, clearly something happened. And lo and behold, there was fucking pre-cum in the So then I wait for the shower to finish, and I'm like, so let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly happened? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, RJ. Like, I masturbated at lunch, and to this day, I'm like, no, it was fresh.
Yeah.
It was fresh.
Yeah.
And but again, I think I felt so insecure in the relationship I'm getting my first degree. I've just started working full time in this field. Like, you are the veterinary, you are the pinnacle, and I'm the problem. I'm the toxic one. So
Right. Well, there's like the sort of like a power dynamic of sorts there, or just like a class
different.
thing
Yeah.
that
Because he could never understand my family. I remember because I always like when I talk about like being Indigenous, right? Like that my mom is Afro-Mi'kmaq, and so I'm a quarter Afro-Mi'kmaq. Like I remember he'd be like, "Oh, but so you're barely Indigenous. Like it doesn't even matter." Like he would like invalidate that part of me.
Was he white?
Yeah. We had a foster kid and till he was turning 18. And the foster kid he had severe like fetal alcohol syndrome disorder, was going to school for like 3 hours a day on a different, we don't call them, here they call them IEPs, there we call them, I don't know, different.
Something.
It's an education plan for him. And I was celebrating it, and he was like, we shouldn't be celebrating him unless he goes to school from 9 to 5. Like, that's the only thing.
Oh, that's no. No.
Super crazy. And then I'm like taking my antidepressants, like not looking at the context. So anyway, finally, a chaotic moment happens. I go to my OG friends who I hadn't seen, because when I hang out with them, it always led to conflict. So I stopped hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about that this is an issue either. I was like, no, those friends are like party friends. I shouldn't hang out with them. But I went with them one night and I just said, here's what's been happening. Like, is this fucked? And my friend Kurt, bless his heart, if you're listening to this, we were about to move in together, and he had already moved half of his stuff in. And I told my friend Kurt what was going on, and he picked up my phone, called the guy. He said, you have 2 hours to pack your shit, get the fuck out of Raymond's house. If you're not there, I will throw it on the ground myself. Like, and I'm so grateful to him for reminding me of my innate power in that moment.
Right.
And I had really...
That's awesome.
It was amazing. And then, we got back, and he took everything out. But the funny thing was he left the Christmas tree, but no lights on it. So he had decorated the Christmas tree.
So he like undecorated
tree, but left the tree like just shit. And then like a table that was like gifted to like us by his family, like took the table and put the things on the ground. Like just petty.
Yeah. Wow.
But again, I'm so grateful. And then again, for a bit, I had to work through some stuff. And you know, as you get more further in your sober journey and you grow as a person, you start to see like, no, you were part of the problem too. Like I wasn't perfect by any means. None of us are.
Yeah.
But then he also like ended up dating another one of my friends later, 2 years later.
Huh. Okay.
That friend blocked me on everything. And I was like, what? That's so weird. And then I just ignored it. And then they broke up. And then and then he messaged me being like, he made me like block
so there's, like,
you
because he said stuff going on there.
Yeah, he made me do it. And he's like, he was really insecure. And I think the biggest issue of it all is that he was strictly a top, and his penis was like maybe 2 or 3 inches. That's, I think, the biggest issue for me.
The biggest issue?
That's the big, not the dynamic.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's the real like 2 or 3 inches. Like I have never done an acting challenge like I did in that relationship.
Right.
And there's a video he took one time.
We are beeping that name just because this is.
Because
we're beeping the name. We're making a lot of
But he was topping me, and he like filmed a video of it. But like, I have a big ass for anyone watching. I have a big ass. So imagine just this like 2 to 3 incher, like you're just scratching the surface. So it's the funniest video. I still have that video. My friend, one of my best friends, he dubbed it, slowed it down, and put like a Celine Dion track on it. Anyway.
Okay. So do you think someone with hair down to their butt would end up in a situation like that in Las Vegas? Question 1. I have a second question.
Absolutely not.
Okay, question 2. When you're at the hospital and if your nurse had hair down to your butt, do you think she would have been helpful or unhelpful?
Unhelpful.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See, there's something to my observation there.
I 100% agree.
We're going to beep some of that stuff on, I think.
Yeah. Probably not. We're probably just going to go for it. Why not? Shall we go for it? In the words of Celine Dion.
Oh, wait. Also, I wanted to show you my shirt. It says, I don't know shit about fuck. Just because of our last episode.
Oh.
I just thought I would put that on as a little...
I love that. I don't know shit about fuck. And
it's Ruth from Ozark.
I was going to say from Stranger Things. And yeah, in the end, I don't know shit about fuck to conclude this week's episode. I don't know shit about fuck.
About fuck either.
We're just learning, growing, getting messy, small
stories.
dicks, big dicks, no dicks.
No dicks.
Yeah, honestly. I'm down. Have an amazing time. I hope you took away something from this story time for today.
It was fun.
And we'll talk to you for our finale episode coming up next. So it's been a pleasure. We'll see you on the flip side. Stay well, stay blessed, and stay a mess.